5 years ago, my husband and I bought a house. We'd been saving for years for the down payment, and the stars must have aligned for us to get it. Everything worked out perfectly. The house was a major fixer-upper, but it had land and we were happy with that. Turns out, brother-in-law had looked at the house when it was listed as well. They decided it was too much work to fix up and not worth it. They wanted major upgrades too, whereas my husband and I are very simple people. We don't need granite countertops or a soaking tub, hardwood floors, etc. Met up with the family recently, and the brother-in-law was talking about how cramped their condo has become with 2 kids now. Brother-in-law decided this was the time to tell us that we should trade houses. I kid you not, brother-in-law is very, very entitled. Brother-in-law proceeded to argue that we are only 2 people and their family is growing and could use the space. Literally suggested that we give ours to him and buy out his condo. I laughed. I knew he was serious, but I couldn't help but laugh. I'd never in my life imagined someone could be so damn entitled that they demand someone give up their home for the sake of another family. Are you kidding me? Brother-in-law then got mad at me for not even considering it, and began justifying all the reasons his family needed our house more. Oh, you think would be the worst part, right? No, it gets better. We never finished the basement, so there is only 1 bathroom in the house. Brother-in-law informed me that if we were to trade houses, that we would need to make some major upgrades first, because he wouldn't have time to be able to make any major renovations. He was somehow inexplicably certain that I would see the logic in this plan and just trade houses with them, because they needed the extra space so much more. And now my brother-in-law isn't talking to me because I laughed too through the whole thing and wouldn't take him seriously. Win-win. Go ahead, punish me by not talking to me. At least then you'll stop trying to make me the bad guy and tell everyone how horrible I am because I wouldn't buy out your condo at market value while giving you ours out of the goodness of our hearts. Last I know, he was now trying to tell my father-in-law to retire and move into the city so that they could have the farm. Joke's on him. Father-in-law already talked about it and has left the farm to me and my husband in his will, because we actually farm and brother-in-law thinks it's too much work. I always thought the internet exaggerated that people like this exist. I thought situations like this couldn't possibly be real. What the hell are their people thinking? Backstory. So I work at a pretty big pretzel company, but for privacy reasons I will call it Uncle Uns. Anyway, I had worked there for a year already, and this happened pretty early in May 2nd. The particular pretzel place was inside a small amusement park. It was 5 minutes after my shift ends, so I'm tired and want to go home. We were busy cleaning and not paying attention to the window because normally most families would have left by this point. Then, we hear a knock our window. Since I'm the cashier, so I walk up to the window and say the line I always say. Hi, how can I help you today? Yeah, are you closed? We closed 5 minutes ago. Great! Do you have any leftover pretzels? Yes, we do. Can I have them? How many would you like? 5. Alright, that comes to $21.15. $4.23 for a pretzel. What? Aren't they discounted? If you have a season pass, it's 15% off. No! You're closed, so the pretzel should be half off. Wanting to go home and stop caring. And why do you think that? You're closed, so that means the pretzels are day old and should be discounted. We switch our pretzels every 30 minutes. Those pretzels are only 30 minutes old. Fine, so I can get 15% off, right? If you have a reason pass, yes. No, I should get 15% off because you were closed. Ma'am, no. As you stated, we are closed. We are no longer selling pretzels. I am only offering them to you because my boss wants as many sold as possible. See? You can't sell them. They're probably going to go bad the next day and you'll have to throw them away anyways. They should be free. No, they are not. We don't throw out food. I will usually take leftovers home and eat them for my dinner. You're throwing them away anyways. My kids are hungry. Then buy them some food. Start screaming something that no one but dogs could understand and leaves. I know this story isn't as interesting as some of the others on this sub, but I just had to post this. So I have a distant friend. She is a friend of a friend of a friend type deal. She has 3 kids, I have 3 cats. Ha! Her kids are enrolled in a camp very close to my house. Pickup for the camp is at 4 p.m. The line for pickup for the kids is 3 p.m. Yeah, it can take a really long time to pick up kids at that camp. A big old line of cars form up every day to get the kiddies. It's a bit chaotic. Now here's the story. This friend of a friend has been using her lunch breaks to fetch the kiddies from camp. Sometimes the traffic is so bad she is late getting back to work. I'm not sure if she takes the kids with her to work or drops them off someplace, but the situation at work is getting dicey. Her boss is sick of her coming back late. Now, I live very close to this camp. My house is on the pick up your kid parade route these parents are on. Oh, there are some angry humans waiting to get into that school for those kids. Mark my words, friend of a friend has come up with a brilliant idea in her eyes anyway. She has asked me to go get the kids for her, all 3 of them. She would like me to take them back to my house, give them a snack or something, and wait for her to pick them up. She thinks it will be much easier to fetch them from my house than the camp, since she has to drive into the camp and I can merely walk. I said no. I am not a babysitter. I'm not a nanny. I'm an artist. I have a job. I work from home, but I have a job. I'm not watching 3 kids under the age of 10 for unknown hours and have to provide snacks for them as well. She said that she would pay me $20 to fetch the kids. I said, no, I already have $20, so I'm good. She does not find this funny, but I sure did. She tells me she is a single mom trying to do her best. It takes a village. I am so close to the camp. Why can't I just do this favor for her? I say because it's not a favor, it's a job. I already have a job. I work from home. I am an artist. Also, I don't know your kids. I barely know you. I'm not watching 3 stranger kids for anyone. This is just how that cookie crumbles. Well, she is unhappy. Very, very unhappy. Her next plan is set into motion. Send in the mommy group. She gets my friend and a few other friends to email and call me. Nothing like a good mommy wagon train to circle around with. Except, that doesn't work either. You see, I'm not in high school, so the whole peer pressure thing no longer applies to my life. I don't care if they like me or not. Also, I'm not a human mommy. I'm a fur baby mommy. Other fur baby mommies don't care about such things. We have a pick up your kids poop and I'll pick up my kids poop policy. Mommy group made some big points with me. Number 1, how easy it would be for me to get the kids from the camp. Number 2, I could do arts and crafts with the kids until mom came and got them. Number 3, I would not be lonely during the day because I would have kids to play with. Number 4, it would be a nice thing to do for a single mom who is struggling with the situation right now. All really interesting points that have absolutely no impact on me. Arts and crafts with the kiddies? Are you for real? I don't do arts and crafts. I sell art for a living. I'm not a freaking Michaels. The kids can't help. I don't want them to. And my studio some days are on full-on wreck. I don't even let the cats in there on those days. Plus, single mommy with 3 kids is driving a new BMW. Perhaps she should have gotten a more economic car and a professional nanny. I reminded them all that if it was so easy to do this one thing, then they too can get the kids from the camp. Hell, park in my dang driveway if you need be, ladies. Then they can walk in and grab the kids. Take them home and do arts and crafts. Plus, friend of a friend will pay them $20 for their trouble. Not sure if that's for the week or per day, but who cares? It's like printing money at that point. All they have to do is provide the snacks and wait for her to claim the kids. Also, truly funny reply, but still not getting a laugh from the mommy group. In fact, I only got stunned silence and I think cricket sounds. I'm just not hitting my target audience with this humor. Welp. It took a while for a friend of a friend to see that I'm not willing to provide childcare for free, for the $20 or for the sake of the village. I also pointed out that my idea of juice boxes is a Franzia, refreshing white carton, and my idea of a snack is waiting until dinner. All points she finds to be unhelpful and not practical. Sadly, friend of a friend mommy is still racing to get her kids from the camp. Turns out the mommy group folks are just too busy to fetch the kiddies for her too. Bummer. I know. I thought it would be so easy for them, since they had made such good points about picking them up. Life moves on, camp is still swinging, the parades of car grows longer and slower every day. Then today this happened. I am inside my house sitting on my couch binging the good, the bad, and the ugly of street food vendors on YouTube. I hurt my back so I'm leaning on a heating pad. You can see me from my living room window if you are on the parade of cars picking up their kids from the camp. My feet up on the coffee table, my cats are on the porch, my juice box, haha, Franzia, is to the right of me. Just then, I get an angry text on my phone. I thought you said you are working. Too busy to get kids? Looks, you're just sitting there doing nothing but watch TV. What the hell is the matter with you? Why can't you be a better friend? Oh my god, it's friend of a friend, Nieto. To which I answer, I am working, I'm on my iPad drawing. I am an artist, I can do that. Gee, ain't my work grand? I am too busy to get your kid. It looks like I'm watching TV because I am watching TV. YouTube, Dancing Bacon's Street Fair in Malaysia. Cool. I highly recommend if you ever get second to yourself. I hurt my back, so that's what the hell is wrong with me. Thanks for asking. And I can't be a better friend because I don't want to pick up your kids. I feel like if we got closer and communicated more, I would be obligated to fetch your babies. You do see how my way is more convenient for me. Those blasted dancing ... things on the text chat. Are you sitting in the car outside of my house right now? Yes! Turns around slowly, big old wine glass in my hand. I smile, I wink, I lift the glass, I text. Cheers! God, if only I had some pot to light up. Now that would have been perfect. She was not amused, still no laughs. I think I'm losing my touch. Are you laughing, dear reader? Yes, she does know I'm on Reddit. Hi, if you're reading this, thanks for making me laugh today. Hi everyone, and sorry for the lack of news. Last week's had been crazy with a lot of stuff, but I think now is a good moment to update you all. First of all, I'm not allowed to talk a lot about the lawsuit. The most I can share to you is that my ex was extremely freaked out when she knew about it. She is now begging to drop it. She offered to take back everything she said, to never bother or even contact me again. She even tried to guilt me saying that I would be ruining her and her son's life, but honestly, I don't care. I got tired of being the good guy a long time ago. She messed with me, now I'm fighting back, and for my sister, the lawsuit at first only made her worse. As her attempt to shame me in my job didn't work as good as she wanted, she moved it to social media, spreading her BS about me abandoning my child, or not taking responsibility and exposing my legal actions like acts of censorship and misogyny. But at the end, that will be the worst for her. Not only because I can dismiss her defamation easily, but also is more evidence to our favor. Anyways, this is going to be a long road and we are just beginning. Recently we had a posada on my parents' home. Every year we use this excuse to make a big family party before Christmas. I had my doubts because I didn't want to be near my sister, but after some relatives assured me that she wouldn't be there, I decided to go. Big mistake, she was there. Mom decided that despite everything that happened, I was taking all this too far, so she wanted all us to meet to solve this problem as a family. I tried to get out of there the moment I realized what she intended, but some relatives tried to stop me while my mom cried that I needed to stop, that I was tearing apart the family and needed to learn to forgive and let go. I realized that despite everything, even knowing I was telling the truth, she was still on my sister's side. I got out there, saying her that I'm not attending any family event again if she is there, and to don't ever think on trying this BS again. At this point, almost all my family knows what she did. Some of them think my sister is crazy. Some others think she is crazy but I'm taking it too far. A couple days ago, Mom invited me to spend Christmas with them. I didn't want to go after what she did, but I decided to give her a chance after she swore that wouldn't happen again. But not only she had planned to do it again, my brother warned me that this time she intended to lock me in until I forgive my sister and stop the nonsense. I called my mom and told her I knew and that I was done with her and my sister, to don't talk to me until she realized she supported the wrong person and to apologize. I don't need to say how many times she tried to call me that following hours, and all the drama she made when I didn't show up for Christmas. But again, I'm tired of be the good guy. So that's it for the moment. Hope all you had a nice Christmas and I wish you for a happy and drama-free New Year. I am a 24-year-old female working in Osaka, Japan. Naoko, a work friend, invited me to Universal Studios Japan. I agreed because USJ has owls, live adorable real owls at their Harry Potter adventure, which the US does not have. Naoko is nervous to go see them because she does not like big birds. I want to go, so I am asking her nicely to come with or wait for me to see them. While we are discussing this, someone taps me on the shoulder. I turn around and see a well-dressed mother and her 11-year-old daughter. They look pretty normal. The mother, Karen, is wearing a Harry Potter shirt and looking lost. Her daughter is begging to go on a ride. Karen pulls out a map and says, "Hey, do you speak English? I cannot figure out where this ride is." I point in the general direction we came from. I tell her, "I do, we just came from that ride over there." Karen taps the map with a perfectly manicured talon. "But where specifically?" Naoko pops in because she is the most helpful person in the world. That is not sarcastic. "You have a pen?" She mimes drawing on the map. Karen looks like I threatened her. She jerks the sacred Mao to her chest. She tells me, "Do not touch our map, just take us there." I can see how annoyed Karen is getting. I am thankful that Karen has made Naoko more interested in seeing the majestic skycats. Anything, I think, is better than being around Karen. So I tell Karen that unfortunately they have left the building and they will not return this season due to budget cut in the account. I tell her politely as I can, "We are going to see the owls. Just ask one of the workers. We found a couple of people who speak really good English." Naoko and I are off to the wizard. Karen says loudly, "Just take us to the ride." "No, we have to go now." "My daughter is going to be really upset if we don't get to the ride before closing." "Talk to an employee, ma'am. I am not a tour guide." "But you're American. You should help me. Americans should help each other." "No thanks. Have a nice day." Karen then turns to her daughter and tells her that I am not going to show them where the ride is, so they won't be able to do it before Daddy finds them and that I ruined their day. This 11-year-old girl proceeds to fall onto the ground and start sobbing. So this girl is throwing an absolutely silent fit, pounding the ground with her hands, all while not making any noise. Naoko and I decide we are going to leave. Karen is just standing there while we leave, telling her daughter we ruined the day. Instead, of asking the super bilingual employees. Okay, so I work at a large chain pizza place, but in a smaller town that no one really know exists. Only carry out and delivery. Now, for this story to make sense, the story has a landlord, but also my boss is considered the owner of this store, even though it's a chain restaurant. Two different people, though, that own this building. So this Karen comes in one morning while I'm the manager on shift, and the only person there is my delivery driver. Driver is 20 male, but I'm 24 female, but I honestly look very young. This was like last month or so, and we aren't allowed to have any customers come indoors. We walk to their car because of COVID. So I very politely inform Kay that she can't indoors, and I'll be more than happy to assist her at her car. "That won't be necessary. I'm allowed in here." "No, ma'am. We aren't allowed to have any customers indoors because of restrictions. We could get temporarily shut down if so." "My husband's the owner. Just take my order." Now, L isn't married. He comes around a lot and he's very young, like my age. And B is married to the absolute sweetest person I've ever known, and they both live an hour away in a different state. Karen is like mid-40s and definitely not the sweet woman I've met and have known for years. "Ma'am, I'm very sorry, but you're not married to the owner. I'm going to need you to step outside of the store and would be more than happy to assist you outside." "Excuse me, I can get you fired, "Okay, I hope you do, but I still need you to step outside of the store so I can take your order." "I won't take this treatment. I'll call the owner and get you fired." "Okay, while you do that, I'm going to call the actual owner so he can tell you to step outside of the store." Kay grabs phone and starts calling someone. I call B and explain the situation. While I'm taking, Kay interrupts me to say, "Yeah, he says you're fired. You're too young to really be working here anyway. I don't know why he hired a chill to work here, but you don't work here anymore." B overhears this and starts laughing and asks to be put on speakerphone. "Ma'am, I'm the owner of the store and I would never allow my wife, who's sitting next to me, to come into the store during the pandemic. It's violation of current health laws and we have the right to call authorities if necessary. Please step outside the door." Karen is like screeching that she's married to the building owner, L, but she calls him by the wrong name. B started laughing again because L has no control over the actual store. He just owns the building and we pay him rent. L also is currently right outside working on the roof, so at this point I say, "Oh, I didn't know L got married. I'll go congratulate him. Come on, let's go." So I walk outside and Kay is following me, mumbling something. "Hey, L, do you mind coming down for a second?" Kay looks absolutely mortified at this point. She definitely messed up and she knows. But nah, I'ma keep rolling with it. At this point, L came down from the ladder confused as hell. Hey Elle, your new wife here says you just fired me and that she's allowed indoors. Now, I didn't know you got married. I'm so happy for you. Long story short, Karen is embarrassed and told to get off the property before the police and called. Kay mumbles something I still can't understand and then says, I can't believe a dumb teenager is doing this to me, and turns to go to her car. Now Kay just calls and asks for delivery, which I will happily do. Elle and I still laugh about it all the time.